Welcome to a special holiday edition of Savage Tales Animal Encounters, where we unwrap the wildest and most surprising animal stories of the season. What would you do if a majestic predator turned into your worst nightmare? A family's serene moment in a Ugandan safari park took a chilling turn when nature's raw power struck without warning. In this video, we delve into the gripping tale of a leopard attack that shocked the world, exploring the untamed beauty and unpredictable danger of wildlife encounters. Stick around, because you won't believe how this story unfolds. Welcome back to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, where we unravel the most thrilling, chilling and awe-inspiring moments between humans and the animal kingdom. From serene safaris to heart-stopping predator attacks, we bring you tales that reveal the raw power of nature and the profound lessons it teaches us. Today, we're heading to the heart of Africa, to Uganda's Queen Elizabeth National Park, to uncover the story of a tragic leopard encounter that left an indelible mark on wildlife conservation and human safety alike. But before we dive into today's gripping story, we need your help to grow our community of wildlife enthusiasts. If you love captivating stories of nature's most thrilling encounters, make sure to smash that like button to show your support. Hit the subscribe button and join our tribe of adventurers who love exploring the wild side of life. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you'll never miss an upload. We've got incredible content coming your way every week. Share this video with your friends who love wildlife and comment below. What would you do if you came face to face with a predator in the wild? Your thoughts might just feature in our next video. Now sit back, immerse yourself in this wild tale, and remember, when you venture into nature's kingdom, you're never truly alone. This is Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, stories that keep your heart racing and your mind wandering. Let's dive in. The events leading up to the devastating attack began as a seemingly ordinary evening in the untamed beauty of Uganda's Queen Elizabeth National Park. Known as one of the country's most treasured reserves, the park is a sprawling expanse of savanna, wetlands and forests, home to a diverse array of wildlife including leopards, lions and hyenas. It's a place where nature reigns supreme and life unfolds against a backdrop of both serenity and danger. For those working within its boundaries, the coexistence with such raw wilderness often feels routine until the unpredictable strikes. In the park's Mwea Safari Lodge, nestled near the edge of the wild, life carried on as usual in the staff quarters. These modest accommodations, unfenced and exposed to the wilderness, served as both living space and a reminder of the proximity to nature's untamed inhabitants. For 3-year-old Elisha Nabugere, the son of a dedicated park ranger, it was home. His mother, Doreen Ayera, spent her days protecting the park's wildlife, while Elisha remained in the care of a nanny during her shifts. That evening, the golden hues of a spectacular African sunset bathed the landscape, casting long shadows over the lodge and its surroundings. The air was filled with the gentle hum of nature, a mix of distant animal calls and the occasional rustle of leaves. Elisha's nanny, focused on her daily chores, moved between rooms in the staff quarters, tending to her responsibilities as the boy played nearby. His giggles and small footsteps echoed softly, blending into the comforting rhythm of the evening. Unbeknownst to anyone, danger lurked nearby. Leopards, renowned for their stealth and cunning, often moved under the cover of dusk, their golden-spotted coats blending seamlessly with the fading light. To them, the unfenced quarters of the lodge represented opportunity, a place where the line between human activity and wilderness blurred. Elisha, a curious and lively child, was no stranger to exploring his surroundings. Fascinated by the world around him, he often followed his nanny as she went about her tasks. This evening was no different. Without her noticing, he wandered just a few steps further than usual, his small frame disappearing into the dim light at the edge of the quarters. The fading daylight and the routine nature of their environment made his absence easy to miss at first. As the nanny moved about, she assumed Elisha was safely within her line of sight. But moments later, the stillness of the evening was shattered by a sound that would haunt all who heard it, a sharp, piercing scream. It was unmistakable and filled with terror. The nanny spun around, her heart racing, scanning the area for the boy. But the sound had come from beyond the threshold of safety, from the bush that marked the boundary between the human world and the wilderness. She rushed forward, desperately calling his name, but the darkness and thick vegetation obscured her view, and then, in an instant, the unimaginable unfolded, a collision between the innocence of a child and the unyielding force of nature. The nanny's frantic calls pierced the air as she rushed toward the source of the scream, her heart pounding in her chest. Her eyes scanned the darkening landscape, struggling to adjust to the fading light. The call for help, though distant, was clear. Elisha was in grave danger. But in the time it took her to react, the unthinkable had already transpired. From the shadows the leopard emerged with deadly precision. A creature of both grace and power, it struck like a blur, seizing Elisha in its powerful jaws with a force that no human could resist. The child, no more than 3 years old, was swept off the ground in a flash, his small body being dragged effortlessly into the dense underbrush. The leopard moved swiftly, expertly navigating the terrain, its dark spots blending into the darkening night. Elisha's nanny, desperate and filled with terror, chased after them, shouting for help. But in those critical moments, her efforts were futile. The predator, with its innate strength and speed, had already vanished into the thick, shadowy brush with the child. The sound of the struggle, followed by an eerie silence, was all that remained in the air as the nanny collapsed to the ground in despair. She had seen it, the gleam of the leopard's eyes in the darkness as it carried Elisha away. The primal power of the animal had silenced her attempts at rescue in a way that was both awe-inspiring and horrifying. She could hear the faint rustle of leaves as the big cat dragged the boy through the undergrowth, but it was too late to intervene. By the time help arrived, the leopard was already long gone, its prey consumed by the unforgiving wilderness. The scene that followed was one of utter devastation. Staff rushed to the area, alerted by the screams and the growing panic. A search was immediately launched, with torches and flashlights cutting through the night, their beams searching for any sign of Elisha or the leopard. The rangers, accustomed to handling dangerous animals, were quick to recognize the severity of the situation. They knew the rules of the wild. Once an animal, especially a predator like a leopard, tasted human flesh, it became far more dangerous. Its instincts to hunt humans would be heightened, making it a threat to anyone in the area. The animal would likely return to the scene if not tracked down quickly. The search continued into the early hours of the morning, with staff scouring the nearby bushes and brush. But it wasn't until the following day that the unimaginable was confirmed. The remains of Elisha were found deep in the undergrowth, his skull and several other bones scattered across the area. It was clear that the leopard had consumed what it could, leaving behind the grisly evidence of its deadly predation. In the wake of this horrifying discovery, the family and the staff were left in shock, their hearts shattered by the brutal loss. Elisha's parents, his mother Doreen, a dedicated park ranger, and his father Francis, were overwhelmed by grief. For Doreen, the pain was twofold. Not only had she lost her son in the most horrific manner imaginable, but it had happened in the very place she had worked to protect, a place she thought was safe. The Uganda Wildlife Authority, UWA, moved quickly to assess the situation, with park rangers setting out to track the leopard responsible for the attack. A hunt was initiated, not just to remove the immediate threat, but to prevent any future attacks. The decision to eliminate the leopard was not taken lightly, but in the wake of a human attack, it became a necessary measure. It was believed that once a leopard had tasted human flesh, it could no longer be safely allowed to roam the park. In the days following the attack, the community surrounding the park was left to grapple with the aftermath. Many questioned the safety measures in place, particularly the lack of fencing around the staff quarters. It was clear that the vulnerability of the human population living near such dangerous predators was a significant oversight that needed immediate addressing. Elisha's father, Francis, spoke out about the tragic loss, his words filled with sorrow and disbelief. While he recognized that the leopard had acted according to its natural instincts, The grief of losing his son to such a senseless act was undeniable. The family, already mourning, now found themselves grappling with the need for justice and for change. They hoped for more comprehensive safety measures at the park, ensuring that future generations of families would not face the same fate. The search for the leopard continued, and although the animal had not been located immediately, the hunt intensified. UWA officials made it clear that the removal of the animal from the wild was a matter of necessity. Its ability to target and consume human flesh was deemed too dangerous to allow it to continue living in the park. The emotional weight of this decision did not go unnoticed, as wildlife conservationists and the community wrestled with the consequences of removing a natural predator from its habitat. The aftermath of the attack was marked by a sense of profound loss and unanswered questions. While nature's ferocity had claimed the life of an innocent child, it also sparked a larger conversation about the delicate balance between wildlife conservation and human safety in areas where people and predators coexist. For the Nabugere family, the tragedy would forever alter the fabric of their lives, leaving behind not just grief, but a call for greater awareness and protection for those living on the front lines of wildlife conservation. And there you have it, a tragic reminder of just how unpredictable nature can be, even in the most serene of settings. The story of Elisha Nabugere's heartbreaking encounter with a leopard is one that will resonate with all of us who share a deep respect for wildlife and the delicate balance we must maintain when living alongside it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If this story touched you, don't forget to like it and share it with others who might benefit from understanding the importance of safety in wildlife areas. Remember, each like helps us reach more people and raise awareness about these critical issues. If you're new to Savage Tales Animal Encounters, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on more powerful, thrilling and thought-provoking stories from the wild. Leave us a comment below. Tell us what you think about the actions taken by wildlife authorities and how we can improve safety in these environments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, it's not just about the animals, it's about how we all interact with the world around us and the lessons we can learn from these encounters. So join us next time on Savage Tales Animal Encounters. Stories that keep you on the edge of your seat with nature's fiercest moments and the untold truths behind them. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and never forget that in the wild, nature always has the final word. This is Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, where the savage side of life is always just around the corner.